Hi everyone, Dreki here, and today I'm reviewing the Shimano MT200 mountain bike disc brakes, which I picked up a whole set for 35 bucks from AliExpress, so needless to say, I'm a little bit concerned because this is all the packaging they came in. Well, let's put them on my bike and hope they don't kill me.
Just for context, I've had these brakes on my bike for well over a year, but that was my bike in New Zealand. When I got home to Canada, I've got a different bike here, and I left it in the shed, and the brakes were totally screwed up. I don't have the skills or knowledge to do a full seal replacement, so yeah, I figured why not get another set of these cheap MT200s, at least in the interim. One thing to note, I did not buy the disc brake rotors from AliExpress. I already had some on my bike, so there's no point to buy them. And that's a good thing too, because that made the brake change a simple drop-in replacement. No need to even take the tire off, just unscrew the old brake, undo any ties holding the cable in place, remove the brake handle, and throw it all together again. The MT200 does require removing the handlebar grip to get it on. Since it is mounted with a solid ring, it's not one of those ones that comes apart just for easy mounting. But yep, if you've ever installed a disc brake on a mountain bike before, this seems to be standard size, and there's nothing weird about mounting it. On to the most important question, how do they perform when riding? Well, in terms of sheer power, they're on par with most other hydraulic disc brake sets I've used. There's enough power that I can operate them with a single finger, not feel the need to panic squeeze with my whole hand if I need to perform a fast stop. They do have a decent level of control as well, meaning I can apply 20 or 30% braking force pretty consistently. There never really was a time where I felt that the brakes applied more force than I expected or less force than I expected. Although it is worth noting that more premium brakes definitely have finer control and are a little easier to apply full force. There is one place where I was really concerned with performance, and that is in the wet. I suppose my concern is somewhat justified here. The first set of MT200s I got were pretty much stellar in the wet. Really nothing wrong with them, performing near identical as in the dry, just occasionally a little bit squeaky. Now this second set, I'm not really sure if it's a difference in the brake pads included, or it's the different routers on this bike versus the other one, but these ones squeak and squeal a lot more, although stopping performance isn't reduced all that much. It's more of an aesthetics thing, as you're riding down the trail and you're just going, yeah, it doesn't sound all that great. But since these brakes are cheaper than a set of brake pads at the local bike shop, it's something I can kind of live with. To add to that though, the one place I feel they could be better is actually the brake pads themselves. As they aged, I noticed that if I left my bike outside overnight when it was wet out, when I'd wake up in the morning the brakes would squeal quite a bit until they were warmed up. After a year or so, the pads were starting to show some signs of aging and rusting, especially when the bike wasn't ridden for a couple days. Although, after a few minutes of riding, they'd be back at full performance, so I guess the point is kind of moot. Overall though, little over 15 bucks a brake, this set is an amazing deal. As I said, it's cheaper than buying pads at the local bike shop. Sure, they're big and a little bit heavy and they're not really pretty colors, but they actually work. They don't get squishy if you have the bike upside down, and so long as you do regular maintenance, checking the cables and bolts, they seem to keep working over time. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about these brakes, don't forget to leave a comment below. Like, share, subscribe, all of that fun stuff. See you next time.